I've never seen it.
No.
Let's go. What if we tried to do the whole podcast on that tempo?
I'd be so into it.
I mean, you said, isn't your cat named after someone from High School Musical?
Yes, he is.
So that we could be on. Is High School Musical actually a musical? Is that an insane thing to ask?
It is actually a musical.
I think is that where Zac Efron's from?
It's a musical about doing a musical. So
I don't know anything about High School Musical. It seemed so popular and then it disappeared.
I know.
But for you.
For me, it's like the Avatar of Disney.
And they're doing another Avatar.
Yes, they are.
They are.
More.
Thank God.
Oh my God, Avatar is crazy. When they touch their little hairs together. You know what I'm talking about.
Can I have you cheat? Maybe does that sound right? A little bit cheating for the camera.
A little bit cheating for the camera.
Wolstein. Perfect.
Nailed it the first time.
EJ. Perfect. EJ Marcus. There's no tricks. Is there?
There's no tricks. Or Elvis. I go by Elvis.
Hey, hey.
No, my mom thinks their name is Elvis.
Really?
Isn't that cool?
Because
Just
when I
convinced?
say EJ Marcus, for whatever reason,
Elvis.
she hears Elvis.
EJ Marcus. EJ
No,
Marcus.
it's okay. You don't have to.
I'm trying to have it sound like Elvis.
It doesn't.
Did you see Elvis? Was the movie
Elvis.
called Elvis?
Yeah.
Do I
didn't
know
see it.
anything?
Are you?
I like musicals. That's the craziest part of this, but I didn't see. I do like Baz Luhrmann. I just didn't get around to seeing Elvis.
I
in
did.
movie
Me
theaters.
too.
didn't
I
see
wanted
it
to see
either.
it.
If Moviepass would have came back earlier, I would have seen Elvis.
Wait, is
I
Movie
didn't-
Pass back?
It's coming
Yeah.
back. The wait list is up right now.
Are
This
you?
is the begin. This should be the beginning of the episode. Is us talking about Moviepass. We're
Yeah.
good. We're going. This is the beginning.
Yes.
Moviepass is coming back.
Oh my God.
This we talk about Avatar coming back.
Everything's
Maybe
coming
I
back.
bet James Cameron paid for Moviepass to come back so he can try and get the highest
People to
grossing
go to
movie again.
Avatar.
That's
Yeah.
smart.
It is smart.
Yeah.
That James Cameron is.
Wait.
except for taking 17 years between movies. I'll record
Real-
like an intro on my own for the
Totally.
episode, so we don't have to do like a
We don't have to.
thing where I'm talking about you in front of you.
Okay.
So Moviepass, what's the perk? Is it all
you can
free?
watch all the movies.
All of the movies,
yeah.
you can buy a ticket to see them. Well, MoviePass, as it was the first time, was fake. That had to have been fake. You could go to as many movies you wanted for like $7 a month.
It was crazy.
Okay.
So if you went to half of one movie, it paid for itself.
I was going to say, yeah, that would maybe. I don't go to the movies often.
Oh right, we've talked about this. Shelby doesn't
People don't
love
like
the movies.
that about me.
I love the movies.
I don't go to
Someone the other day
yeah.
was trying to get me to get the AMC A-listers pass or whatever, and I was like,
I
I was
can't-
like,
yeah.
what do you mean? I'll just go. And then also, if you're an A-lister, you can buy me my ticket with your perks.
Yeah, right.
Correct.
You got to hang out
So
with the
why am I
A-listers.
getting
Correct.
involved in the process?
Right. That's like marrying an actor.
Yeah,
You just
right.
I don't want to go make the movies, but I'll go along with
I'll
you
go
when
to the
we see them.
premiere.
Yeah, it's a good way of putting
Someone
it.
bought my ticket and I just Venmoed them and they were like, "You should join A-listers." I was like, "I don't know. It feels like it worked pretty well for
I'm
me
not going to
this
join a
time."
program called Stubbs. it's just not something I'm
just
going to.
don't wanna.
Movie Pass, great name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm getting a
Stubbs.
pass to go to the movies.
I get
Yeah.
hung up on the names of things. I
Right.
don't care if it's good. I'm not going to watch something called Peaky Blinders. It's
Yeah.
difficult for me to watch a thing. Or
Yeah.
I think their
Altered
last name is
Carbon.
Shelby. That's the only reason I've ever had an interest in it.
Oh, okay.
I've not
Oh,
watched it.
in the Peaky Blinders, the last name is Shelby. I sound very
Oh.
much like a 80-year-old.
In
the
the
Peaky
Peaky
Blinders.
In the
then
Peaky
they
Blinders
named
picture,
them-
it's I believe their
the
last name is
Peakies.
Shelby.
Oh.
And I've gone, whoa! And then I still haven't watched it.
Oh, I wish your name was Shelby.
Ooh, that would be a good name. Have you
Shelby,
seen Ford
Shelby,
versus
Shelby.
Ferrari?
That's what my mom calls me.
When she's super mad.
Well, thank you both for being here. Shelby Wolstein, EJ Marcus, Elvis, if you will.
Yeah.
I don't get that, but that will
Doesn't
be.
make sense.
Yeah, that's true.
No one
I
needs
tried
to think about
so
it too
hard to make it make sense for my mom, and it just doesn't.
I think the way to make it make sense is say it's not. I don't
You
want
think that, but my mom has no idea how to say most things. So like,
Well, there's a lot of words. I was looking
Yeah.
it up the other day.
Oh, so many words.
It's like,
oh my
I saw it was like
God.
600.
At least.
Yeah.
that feels high.
I use Bing, so it was didn't get me to too many words.
Yeah, my mom, like, there was a Galleon sports store near me, and my mom could only call it Galen's. Like, she doesn't. Once she gets fixated, it's a lost cause.
What's Gal? Or where are you from?
Cleveland, Ohio.
Isn't it fun when someone tells you just be like,
Yeah.
like that makes
Galleons
nothing.
Yeah.
was like a
Shelby
sports
makes
store
sense
that
now.
ended up getting bought out by Dick's. We had a Dick's, and then it turned into a Galleons, and then like 8 months later, Dick's bought it
Wow.
again.
Yeah, I worked at a Jones store that got bought by Macy's, and it became a Macy's. I sold women's shoes, and
Very cool.
yeah, it was like my 15-year-old job, and then it got bought. Everyone's like, I can't believe we got bought. It's like none of this matters.
Right.
It's a retail store attached to a mall. Like this is just here to be shot up eventually.
Yeah.
But it's like, none of this matters.
Yeah.
And now it's still Macy's, but they still play the same music. I went into it, and it gives you like
Oh, good.
PTSM. Post-traumatic stress Macy's. I don't know where the M would
Isn't
fit.
it crazy
PMSD.
Macy's.
Isn't it crazy that the
MPTSD.
Thanksgiving Day parade is Macy's?
It really is.
That's really weird.
Yeah.
Of all the stores and all the people, Macy's is throwing the Thanksgiving
I'm really
Day. What are we
excited for it to
thankful for?
eventually be the Coinbase Thanksgiving Day parade or like the Crypto.com Thanksgiving Day
God.
parade. The
Yeah.
NFT. Well,
The-
those are kind of, that ended quickly, but
Thank God.
Yeah. Thank
you don't have a lot of NFTs?
I have 0, and I wasn't willing to learn about it. You know how some things will get posted and you're like, I'm interested, and then the
Yeah.
other things will get posted and you say that's a part of society that will not pertain to me.
Yeah.
I am 34, so I don't learn anything anymore.
that's cool, you're done.
I would like socially I will learn, but like facts
Yeah.
or information, I don't want to
Your
anymore.
brain's full up.
I don't learn any actors anymore. I barely knew them to start with. I see like a trailer for like Euphoria, and I'm like, oh, HBO doesn't make stuff for me anymore. I was like, who HBO made stuff for, and I bet Euphoria is great. Everyone says it's great.
Yeah.
I bet it's incredible because HBO really only makes and it's like A24, I think, as well. They really only make incredible stuff,
Yeah,
but
they're
I'm
good
just
at
like,
stuff.
I'm not gonna learn what this is.
Well, and now they do make it harder and easier, which is like every celebrity is doing everything now. Like if you're a
such a good
TikTok star,
point.
you're also like Charli D'Amelio is making clothes, she's
Yeah.
making movies, her sister's making music. Like they are in every industry. It's hard to escape them.
Yeah. So they're following
It used
you.
to be like the Disney to that pipeline, right?
Yeah.
I think even like Ariana Grande,
Mickey
was she
Mouse
at
Club.
Disney? But even like
yeah.
earlier than
But
that, it was like
Ariana-
Britney Spears and
Britney Spears,
Justin
yeah.
Timberlake
Justin
and
Timberlake,
Ryan Gosling.
Oh my god.
People don't think about that.
No,
they
people,
think
nobody talks about that.
nobody talks about Disney being a big company. I'll take them down.
With
Yeah.
kids in it.
We're actually on.
With kids.
You see, Wayfair is actually smuggling children.
Through and
That was
lockers.
that was a fun 6 hours of quarantine when everyone
Yeah.
was convinced Wayfair was trafficking children in like
Yeah.
refrigerators.
Yeah.
I bought in. I just wanted something to happen so
Something to
much.
believe in.
I
You
hadn't seen
just wanted
Tiger
something
King.
to
I needed
believe
to
in.
talk to people about
Oh my
something.
god, Tiger King.
That felt really specific.
Yeah,
What a moment in time that was.
I miss it.
Someone the
Just
other
kidding.
day reminded me that he's still in prison and can't dye his hair anymore, and it made me so profoundly sad.
Oh wow, I didn't even
The
think about
idea
that.
that he is like looking a way that he would be so upset with.
Wasn't he convinced Trump was going to pardon him?
Yeah.
That's the thing. Trump hates everyone who likes him. I don't know what they're
Right.
convinced is going to happen. Okay, we don't.
They
need to talk
should
about
have
that.
pardoned.
No, let's keep talking about Trump.
This should have been a glorious day because Moviepass is coming back.
And here it is.
And here we
ruined.
are, ruined. This is probably the only thing Trump has ever ruined is me thinking about MoviePass coming
Right.
back. I bet MoviePass is $50 this time. It was $7. I
Yeah.
saw some movie Taron Killam made with Arnold Schwarzenegger in it. I
Wow.
saw a Jackie Chan movie, a new one.
Yeah, I mean, if it's $7 a month, it's like you really do be just going.
There were
Yeah,
times
for no
I went to the
reason.
movies for air conditioning
Yes.
sometimes. I was like, I'm far from home.
Truly.
It's going to take me 40 minutes to get home.
And
I'll
it's
watch
free
Mission,
for me to
Mission
see a
Impossible
movie.
Fallout
Yeah.
again. It does not matter to
I'll
me
sit
at
in the
all. I'll
back
leave in the
row.
middle of
Yeah,
it. I
whatever.
don't care.
Yeah.
A nice snack,
Oh my
Oh,
god.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
good cold air. Movie theaters know what's up with air conditioning.
Frigid.
I think
Oh.
what always was crazy to me about it is MoviePass said that they were going to make money off your data. They would see, because it was so cheap. That
It was so
clearly,
Oh, like
Oh, so they
what
were
is it they
selling
use
our-
for TV?
like the Nielsen boxes.
Yes.
They thought it was going to be like the
Oh.
Nielsen boxes, where they were going to be like, well, we can see, and also they could push movies on you. They'd be like,
Mm-hmm.
MoviePass recommends the Grand Budapest Hotel or
Yeah.
something like that. So they're like, we're going to take all of your data. We'll see what movies people are going to see most, and then we can sell that data. But the problem is, everyone with MoviePass saw every movie. So
Yeah.
there was like no viable
No data.
data. You know what I
Right.
mean? If everything is if everything at a grocery store was free, you wouldn't know what I like to eat.
Right. Because
I would eat all of it.
You would have to do it long enough where like I'd be like, all right, enough of filling my house with food.
Yes.
Let me get only but you have to get through. You have to get me sick of having stuff.
Right. So it
Which
would have
would
taken
take
like
a
12
long
years. I don't know how
time,
long
yeah.
that would take with movies. Forever. I don't think anyone. I still think if I have it, if I had
They
stub.
wanted Moviepass for someone like me. I rarely go. I would go a little bit more because it was free.
Yeah.
And I
Sure.
would be like, sure.
What's
I'll
the
see
last
this
movie
one.
you saw in movie theaters?
Well, unfortunately, I have the
It's
only.
all of them.
Yeah.
No, unfortunately, the only movie I think I've seen in the past, like. Okay, in the past 8 months, I've seen 2 movies in theaters.
Okay.
Everything,
That doesn't
Everywhere,
feel
all at
too-
once.
Yeah, that's great.
Classic.
That one was great. The one that I was saying, unfortunately, I forgot I saw that one in theaters. So, that.
Okay.
But the only other one I've seen in like the past year is Lightyear, and it was the worst movie I've ever seen.
Really?
Oh God.
It was so bad. If someone else hadn't paid for my ticket, I would have walked out. It was so bad, and I was so bummed because it was such a good idea.
It was a good idea.
The idea
Yeah.
of Lightyear is brilliant. The execution is.
What do you mean the
incredibly
idea?
fun.
You mean a
Buzz
real
Lightyear?
spin-off based on a
So
4 run of movies based on a fake toy?
the sequel.
That's brilliant
Like,
to you, Shelby.
no, I think it was so smart that like. Buzz Lightyear was a character from a movie. That's why the toy exists. And
Yes.
so this was the movie that like made him a character. I
Sure.
thought that was so smart.
It is
Yeah, that is
like
smart. I like
intense levels of retcon.
It's just like,
Yeah.
we're not going to do another sequel. We've gotten all the things we need. And they were
Right.
like, how do we do this more? And they were like, well, I don't know. Nobody knows what Lightyear is other than that he says Infinity and Beyond.
Uh-huh.
That's true, because even he didn't really know what he was.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it was like a cool thing to like, I think from like like,
Could it have been a Pixar short?
That's a good question.
no, I think it's cool. No, I think it's cool to be like, oh, this kid in the first movie of it saw a movie and loved it so much that he bought the action figure.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I think it's so cool to see the movie that this kid saw. I think that's cool.
Yeah, that
and
is
interesting.
cool. A world within a world.
But it was a terrible movie, and the kid
Yeah.
wouldn't have gotten the action figure based on that movie because
They
It
hate
was
the
so
movie.
sucked.
It really stinks.
that movie was so bad that it honestly made the rest of this franchise make no sense.
Didn't
to
you
me.
see Toy Story 5? The plot is everyone returns their Buzz Aldrin toy because the movie sucked,
I
but they're
would like-
past their return date.
I'm like damn near close to doing that. I'm like,
Yeah.
it doesn't make any sense that this kid would love it so much that that would be his new favorite toy. It's like, it's a terrible movie. Nothing happens. There's
Right.
no plot and there's no excitement.
I guess that
Oh,
was the thing, was like
man,
Woody
that
was based on that show, and they made the show sort of part of Toy Story,
Yes.
Woody's Roundup or whatever, and they did a good job. Was that 2? Where like Jesse
Yes.
and the Prospector and all that.
Ugh, love
Toy Story
Jessie.
kept being good
Yeah.
to like a frustrating
And
then
then
they
they
made the
made
4th
Lightyear.
one, and you're
Oh.
like, how's this still good?
Right.
Because it ended, and then they made Lightyear, and they're
and
like,
then they made Lightyear and they said, listen,
you think they made it bad so they wouldn't have to like be bullied into making any more like
I mean-
They're like, enough of
TSCU?
this.
it really does feel like they just, all of them were like, just put him in space.
Yeah.
Okay. And he'll be there and make it.
Yeah.
make it. Like they were like, just whatever it needs to be.
Yeah.
Because it's really, truly a not good movie.
I
And
did
if
see a
any
lot
of you
of-
like it, feel free to flood my DMs because I disagree
Yeah.
with you.
If you liked Lightyear, blow us up online. There was like a lot of like Disney is too heavy of a hand now with Pixar, and Pixar employees don't care for that and all that sort of thing.
it literally feels like everyone was like, I don't care about this.
They just threw it in.
Everyone who made it was like, I don't care. Even Lightyear's hair doesn't make sense. Like, he doesn't look like himself.
Oh, no.
I'm like, oh, they really were just
What
like,
does his hair look like?
Yeah.
he looks like a guy
What do
you
you-
wouldn't have thought he looked like.
Oh.
I don't know what that would possibly mean because they're all fake and the toy is also a cartoon.
But he
Yeah, how
has the
did they-
thing under the helmet.
He has what?
He's
He
got
ha-
purple
like,
hair, doesn't
he has
he?
that. No, it's not. No.
Oh.
That's just like,
A
like a
like a
like
skull
s-
cap thing,
yeah.
right? Mhm.
Oh, what?
yeah.
Did everyone think he had purple hair?
I thought he had purple
I
hair.
thought he was bald. And I said, that makes sense to me for whatever reason.
That they chose no hair.
Look, I think we're all just excited Tim Allen didn't voice him. There
Yeah,
has to be a
right.
certain plus. He was too
Yeah.
busy out narking his friends for doing coke.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Last Man on Earth, right?
Um,
Is that him?
That
No.
was
No,
Will
that was that
Forte.
other
No,
guy,
he's
yeah.
the what's his
That other
show?
guy.
Home Improvement.
No,
Yeah.
recent. No,
You're
recent.
thinking of the classic
Tim
TV
Allen is
show,
probably
Home
the celebrity I'm most Last Man Standing.
Okay, and
Oh,
that's
wow.
that far off from Last Man on Earth?
No, it's not
Everyone
that
has
far.
to agree with me that it's the same.
Yeah, it's sure. Yeah, it's the
It's
same.
not far off, but I don't agree with you. It's the same.
Did
Well,
you
it's like
watch
EJ and
Last
Elvis.
It is like EJ and Elvis.
I've never felt more
If you
connected to my
squint.
mom. Mom, if you're listening,
Yeah.
hey.
We
It all
blocked
makes
your mom
sense.
weeks ago, so she probably won't be able to see this link,
Thank God.
unfortunately.
Yeah. Bummer.
I
Sorry,
just,
girl.
Sorry, girl.
There will be more Toy Story things.
I'm sure there will be.
There
Well,
will
they
be.
should call me. I've got ideas.
Seriously.
Pixar, if you're listening. Disney, if you're listening. I'm trying not to talk too much crap on Disney because I have a broken foot right now.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, you got to go to Disneyland while you're in a cast. Like, that's the time to go to Disneyland.
It is.
And I've never been to a Disney park before. And so right now I'm just like, where's everywhere I can park close? I'm like, do
Yeah.
I want to go to a baseball game just so I can
Yeah.
park right up next to the baseball?
Yeah.
Do I want to go to so maybe I'll go to Disney and limp by some
I gotta
kids who
say,
are crying.
parking at Dodger Stadium is a nightmare. So
Oh my
Even if
God.
you got
I'm so
this
glad we're
foot?
talking
I'm gonna
about
say,
this.
if you can go close, you should really get
I
there.
try not to go to baseball games unless I'm getting a vaccine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I like a baseball game. I like a hot dog and a long hot day where nothing happens.
I went to Dodger Stadium for the first time recently. A group of friends was like, we're all getting tickets. I said, sure. We sat high as up as you can get.
In the sky.
They're the scariest seats I've ever been on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're vertical.
You ever sitting super high in a stadium and they keep talking about how old the stadium is?
They kept posting like,
This is
the
the oldest
75th
stadium.
anniversary,
Yeah.
and I'm like, don't say that.
This stadium is 4 years older than concrete.
I'm like 75 years and in earthquake land.
Right.
I was like, I don't know.
How many-
And then I'm looking directly across, and it's like all of our seats are just a shelf, and I'm like, no,
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
falling.
yeah.
And then unfortunately, a big part of my trip there was talking to someone about being like, what would happen?
Right.
How many of us would survive?
Not you.
Not many. Yeah.
Pretty. You got to think if there's a natural disaster. If you don't have enough money, you're not surviving.
Well, but
That means
if
you're
we're
sitting
all-
up high.
Yeah.
You're not surviving.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
like, the people below me would be certain.
Right,
death.
but that's the middle class. Like,
Yeah.
But I think almost up high, I feel like it's almost like the demon drop at Cedar Point. Like, I might be fine.
the thing about and I've never been to Cedar
You
Point
might-
before. I might go with my broken foot.
You gotta go to Cedar Point.
With my
It's
broken
good
foot.
stuff.
It's literally.
I
worth
think whatever the
everything.
demon drop is, I bet it stops you from hitting the ground.
Right, but
Versus if-
unfortunately, and I don't mean to be disgusting, but bodies are doing that for me in this scenario.
Sure,
yeah.
sure.
No,
Well,
paint a more vivid picture. I want more
Yeah,
detail.
yeah. Let's actually promote that Pete Davidson movie while we're here talking about it. The
Yeah,
thing
the
is,
way
that-
what would happen with me if Dodger Stadium fell in an earthquake? Well, that's bodies.
That's a lot.
TM trademark. I don't think Dodger Stadium collapsing, and Neil deGrasse Tyson, if you're listening, you can ruin this. I don't think it collapsing is the equivalent of a thrill ride. It would maybe be fun for that
It would be
amount of time.
thrilling, yeah.
It's like that people say, like, if a plane is crashing and they're gonna jump at the last second and survive. Have you seen this
Yeah.
trend? Like, you probably wouldn't.
Well, especially
No.
because the debris. I mean, you're
Right.
gonna get hit.
There
by
will
the
be
debris.
debris
Not
from the
to mention
stadium.
the debris.
No, but I'm above the debris.
the debris being
Emotionally
the bodies,
or
bodies.
physically?
No, physically. Those seats I was at, there's nothing above me. Nothing can come on top of me.
Okay.
I could only be on top of other things.
Can we
And
just
I'm
get a clip of nothing can come on top of me? Thank you. We need a promo clip.
understanding. I'm
gonna be
understanding
gold.
that, like, yes, the thrill of falling would be bad, but
It might be fun.
I'm like, there's enough things in the way that I think it would slow me down. Like, I don't think we would fall fast.
I
think
just
we would fall
picture
slow.
you're at Dodger Stadium and it starts to collapse, and everyone's like, "She's so chill right now."
You're like,
I'm like-
I've anticipated every piece of this.
Shelby seems very relaxed. Like, this is gonna
Well,
be
I'm like,
fine.
I'm like, the ground. There's so much below me that I would be. It's like when you like kerplunk on the way down. It's like it's not like falling all the way.
So
you
you're
know?
picturing a pinball situation?
No, I'm picturing it going like. Like a crunching, like a.
You would have
crunching.
done great in September of 2001. I think you would have been really good. I think you would have just been like, "No, guys, don't worry. It's gonna go."
There's
People on
not
the phone
a
with their
pla- if a-
families trying to.
Let me be clear. If a plane's hitting Dodger Stadium,
You're gone.
I'm dead.
You're gone.
But what if you're above where the plane hits
Ah, you ride
and
the
you
No,
just
I'm
land
still
on the
dying.
bodies
No, I'm-
below?
I'm dying from the explosion. If it's a plane, I'm out. If
Okay.
it is an earthquake, and we're just crumbling down,
Yeah.
I'm surviving from the top.
I broke my foot
Yeah.
stepping off a curb.
Right.
I don't know if you can survive Dodger Stadium collapsing.
If you're high enough and it's
Ooh.
slow enough, You can.
I think you think you're gonna slide down it.
No, I don't think sliding. I think I'm crunching the things beneath.
Oh wow.
The things being the bodies.
And the concessions and the
You're like tipping
nachos,
your cap to
the
those who
helmets.
saved you from. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's going to be a good day. I think it's going to
No, sure.
suck
Oh,
a
well,
lot. I think I'm going to have
You'll
to
probably
go.
remember it
My
forever.
therapist
Yeah.
will be able to fund whatever she needs. But,
Maybe the rebuilding of Dodger Stadium.
Yeah.
well, if she wants to get involved in that project, I think she might not be the right therapist for me.
All right, we should probably do the part of the podcast that's the podcast.
sure.
At some point.
Oh.
So,
Oh.
what time code are we looking at
Interesting.
right now? Do you have a 20 minutes? Feeling good.
Me too.
I want you to know that we accidentally initially wrote 11 pages.
Really?
Yeah. It was hard to.
You edited?
Stop. Yeah.
Incredible.
Well,
you
we
could have
cut.
done all
We cut.
11.
Well, that felt crazy.
It did, yeah.
Yeah.
I've had I would say 11 would be on the high end. I've had 3/4 of one is probably the low end. Probably it definitely is.
3/4
Yeah.
of one.
3/4 of
page?
one page
What?
is the low end, and 11 would be, I think, probably the high end.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, they also sent us a couple of samples, and I was like, those are all 5 to 7, which was the suggested length. And
Yeah.
I was like, maybe we do cut some stuff.
sure, but if you print double-sided, you know.
Yeah, it
Right.
would have only been 6 pages.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I mean is double-sided.
You guys
Also,
didn't
this
care
is
for my quick
what
math.
what did we choose? Did you have more options? I don't. Neither of you have seen Bridget Jones's Diary.
Yeah.
Correct.
This is one of the rare examples where I have seen the movie, and I'm the only person here who has seen the movie.
Okay.
I've seen a lot. I'm kind of.
Have you seen all of
You're
them?
a
Have
movie
you seen a
buff.
bunch of them?
I'm not really a movie buff. That's what prompted all of this.
Sure.
But I have seen this one.
Isn't there many?
I
Have you
mean-
seen all the Bridget Jones Diary?
I thought you were saying
don't know
all
if there's-
movies.
I don't know if there's more than one.
There
There
is.
is. There's
The BJDCU. I don't know
Yeah,
if there's
a
a lot in
cinematic
there.
universe. I
yeah.
think there's 3 or 4.
I think there is too.
What?
I mean, I will say I got a lot of like flack. I feel like we got a lot of flack
People
for
really
admitting
didn't
to
love
people
that we haven't seen this.
Yeah, like a lot of people were like, "Are you serious right now?" Like it was anger.
Why would you
So
get flack for this? Is so specific. I get a
People
lot.
love it.
People really
do?
love it. I mean, I think. Look, it sounds like a great movie.
The way I wrote it, I would see this film.
Like I would be. I mean, I'd
You
be
would
getting
see your
Moviepass.
Bridget Jones's
Yeah.
Diary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I the trouble is EJ's seen many movies and I've seen almost none. And EJ's movies that they haven't seen are the only ones that I have, like
Okay.
Dodgeball or
Sure.
like Step Brothers. That's really where my movie.
So when you're pitching, like, what do we do?
it had to be a little bit
Yeah, we had to
too
find
serious,
Right.
where I wouldn't have like gone to see it with a couple of buds.
Sure.
But not so serious that EJ saw it.
Yeah, I'm really serious.
Yeah.
So I'm into like serious, like hard stuff.
Right.
Yeah,
Like the collapsing of
Cocaine.
Dodger Stadium. If
Yeah.
that was a movie.
that's kind of like I'm obsessed.
I'm upset. Like that documentary where the guy got off of murder because he was in the background of the shot at Dodger Stadium.
Yeah,
That's the only
my-
movie you've seen?
only thing in my mind.
My thoughts would be like I haven't seen Titanic.
Yeah,
Okay.
that one's crazy.
I saw Jaws for the first time like
I have
a
still
week
never
ago.
seen Jaws.
Oh, it's
Jaws was actually the first time we ever did a live show. I did Jaws for this.
I
Oh,
watched
Jaws
Jaws
is-
specifically to talk about it with someone who came on our podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I've now seen it.
Is it good?
It is not as good as people want it to be, but it's good.
Oh. So you're saying Jaws is overrated?
Ooh.
I mean, Jaws is like people regard Jaws as like,
It's a classic.
and I think
Yeah,
it's
yeah, that
okay.
is how it's generally regarded. If we could get the closed captioning robot to take that one on for us real quick. People generally regard it.
They're like Jaws. That's a good movie. It's so perfect.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
The shark, the
Constantly,
stuff.
yeah.
You see him barely.
yeah.
Well, they couldn't have the shark in there too long because they didn't want him to get his SAG card. So
Well-
it was like at that point it was like a screen
It's
time.
budget,
Yeah, the
yeah.
Shark Actors Guild. It was just like
Yeah.
a screen time.
Well,
thing.
he was
Shark
also
Actors
he was
Guild.
actually, you don't know this, like triple booked when they were filming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was filming Shark Tales
And that show with Mark Cuban, he was just working on.
oh, then he was because he was the tank, and then he was also in
The
Finding
Tank.
Nemo. He
They
played
just, it was just
Bruce.
called The Tank until his agent really did some leverage and called it
Yeah.
Shark Tank.
Well, yeah, the initial project,
Yeah.
yeah, and then they,
The
you
tank,
know,
yeah.
Mark Cuban actually got pretty upset with the change because he was like, no, I really prefer the tank, but
I mean,
what are you gonna do?
it's hard to argue with the shark. I mean,
And Mr. Wonderful wanted it to be the Wonderful Tank,
oh yeah,
but they thought that
course.
seemed more like it was geared towards kids.
That felt, yeah, the wonderful,
Childish.
wonderful tank of Mr. Parnassus. I don't remember what that movie is. Is there something with Mr. Parnassus? This is what I know about movies. I'm like, I think the word Parnassus is in one.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest,
probably.
we're all kind of geniuses, is what I'm gathering.
What did
cinematic geniuses in this room, which
this
is
movie
cool.
came out in 2001. I don't really know. I've seen Bridget Jones' Diary. I don't really remember anything about Bridget
Oh, well,
Jones'
we'll
Diary
jog your
at all.
memory with this.
I would love to have it jogged.
Mhm.
I don't want to like talk too much about it before we get in here because there
Yeah.
could be some sort of coverage in here that's not elsewhere.
Uh,
Was there any
Yeah.
other options
Spoilers,
other
yeah.
than Bridget Jones' Diary, where the both of you had not seen?
Definitely
one
were-
really tragic one we were talking about doing. Or no, I was home for the weekend with my parents when we were trying to decide what movie we were doing. So my parents were just like yelling movie names at me in like this really aggressive way. And then if I was like, oh, I actually haven't seen that one, they'd be like, why haven't you seen that one? It was like, really intense.
That's a real fun thing when people list off like 80 and you haven't seen one. They're like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, they're like, Jesus
like,
Christ.
wait, you haven't and
I'm like, you guys raised me. Like,
you haven't seen Titanic.
yeah.
Titanic
That
is
gets
a big
people
one.
really bummed
Yeah,
out.
I've
tried 3
of
times.
the age where I have
You've
rewound 2 VHSs to watch Titanic.
I have tried to watch Titanic so many times, 3. And the problem is that I fall asleep before the movie starts because they do that prelogue or they're just like prelogue, where they're just scuba diving. I don't. I fall asleep every time.
Oh.
Like they're
Totally.
That was really James Cameron self-serving himself.
Yeah.
Because all he wants to do is like go in a little submarine to the bottom. Isn't he the person who's been the furthest down in the ocean of anyone?
No.
Which
I think he went in a little one-man like Steve or Zissou looking submarine thing and like went down as deep as he could go to look at the actual Titanic.
That is
James,
so
baby. We need to get you
cool.
a
But-
different hobby.
Yeah, James, we're worried, sweetie. Come home.
Now he has a new hobby, which is live virtually in one world
Yeah.
and make those movies.
Yeah.
But you know,
God, he's gonna live through
T2.
in like the metaverse or whatever.
that's what he said. He said every story he wants to tell, he can tell through the Avatar universe. And we're like, we know.
King,
We
king,
see.
king.
To be fair, every story he wants to tell is, wouldn't it be crazy if there were blue aliens?
Yeah,
I mean, same.
that's a little different than the one because my aliens are green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And our aliens have no bones.
Right. So you have to suspend your disbelief a little
Yeah.
bit.
It's tough.
Because
All
those aliens are rock hard. Okay.
Bridget Jones's Diary.
And you've seen the film.
I have seen this.
God, we're gonna be so spot on. You're gonna lose.
So
You're
go
gonna
ahead
be
and-
like, what? How'd you know that happened?
Cast however you'd like to cast it up.
Okay. How many characters do we have?
We have Bridget. We have Gil. We have Mr. Gurgle has one. Couple lines.
Mr. Gurgles.
And also, if you want to score it, I have all these instruments here.
Thank
And
you.
a few more
Critical.
in here if there's anything you want out of the backpack.
We have Coach.
Randy.
Randy. We have Randy, Coach, Bridget, Kurt, Gil, and then the Gurgle family.
Bridget Kurtgill is also a good name.
That is a really good name.
Fuck. We should have used that.
Fuck. So, I mean, the 3 main characters are Bridget, Kurt, and Gil, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Coach.
All right, Coach.
I'll play Coach.
Yeah, you should
You
definitely
gotta let me play Coach.
You gotta play Coach. Put me in, Coach. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, Shelby's Coach. Do you want to do Coach and? Well,
He's never in the same
seen
with.
as.
Well, I'm not gonna play Coach and Bridget, but that would be the 2 that are never in the same.
I mean, you could play
You
Coach
can
and
play
Bridget.
Coach and Bridget.
I want you to play Coach and Bridget.
Yeah. I
play
think
Coach and
everyone's
Bridget.
really yearning for
I'll
it.
play Coach and Bridget.
Okay, and I can take Gil.
Yeah, you should be Gil.
Okay.
Okay.
What does that mean? Fuck, I knew that part was meant for me. Okay.
Which would make you Kurt, and then you can also do
I'll be Kurt.
Mrs.
I can also
Gurgle,
be Mrs. Gurgle.
Gurgle.
and then
Maybe,
I guess you'll also be Randy.
Yeah. And I
So
mean, I
far,
could
mine
be
are
Mrs.
just
and
names
Mr. Gurgle.
people assume would be my name.
Yeah.
Yeah, do Mr. Because he has one line, right?
Yeah. So I can be
so you
Mr.
can do that.
Gurgle. So I'm the Gurgles. I mean, I'm the old Gurgles.
You're the
I'm
old
the Gurgles.
and young Gurgles, just not Bridget.
You're the
Just not
Gurgle
Bridget.
Gaggle.
I'm the Gurgle Gaggle besides Bridget. Okay, gorgeous.
You're like, isn't Bridget Jones?
Well, you're gay. You're in for a wild ride.
And who wants to do the stage directions, the wall to wall in here?
I guess.
EJ, you want to do it?
Yeah, I guess I can do stage directions.
Yeah,
Alright.
please do.
Kurt and Randy. All right. Whenever you're ready.
Oh my god, I'm nervous. Okay. All right. Interior girl's bedroom, early 1990s. Bridget Gurgle, a high school sophomore, lays on her stomach, feet in the air, writing in her fuzzy pink diary. She's in ratty flannel pajamas with a stained, crusty gray robe and shoving potato chips and Hostess cupcakes in her mouth, tears streaming down her face.
Dear Diary, it's me, Bridget Gurgle. Or should I say Bridget Jones? Kurt Jones. Yeah, that's right. Kurt Jones said hi to me today. You heard me. The hottest, coolest, stinkiest guy on the football team said hi to me, the freak bitch on the mathletes.
Bridget, honey, dinner time. Bridget skips down to the dining room. Her brother, Gil, a high school freshman athlete, jacked but in a 14-year-old way, drags his feet down the hallway towards the dining room when Bridget's diary catches his eye. He checks if the coast is clear and then quickly snags the diary and heads down to dinner. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Cut 2. Family dining room. In the middle of the table, a massive whole roast pig with an apple in its mouth sits deliciously. The other dishes are all set in Jell-O, a Caesar salad encased in blue, a loaf of cornbread in yellow, etc. The family's silent. The sound of forks on the plates is filling the room. Gil is reading Bridget's diary coyly under the table. I got the stain out of your underwear today, honey. Mr. Gurgle acknowledges with a grunt. Bridget, I signed your waiver for this year's Mathlete Spectacular. I put it in your backpack.
Oh, thank you.
Gil laughs to himself and continues looking down at the diary. Gil, honey, can you join us here at the table? Can I be excused? I have some homework to do. Before anyone can react, Gil storms off to his room. Cut 2, high school athletic office day. Coach Grumbach, a southern gruff football coach, sits behind his desk eating a sub sandwich while watching a workout video full of hot, sweaty men. He's lightly doing the choreography from a seated position while still eating the sub, swiveling his chair, flailing his arms, etc. Gil walks in. Coach Grumbach doesn't notice. Hey, Coach. Coach Grumbach, startled, drops the sandwich.
Oh,
That's the noise a sandwich makes.
Yeah.
It's a big sandwich.
Perfect. It's massive.
and a huge room. Oh, hey, Gil. What's this? New playbook?
Remember how you said that I couldn't start unless something happened to Kurt? Well, let's just say something happened to Kurt. Fade into flashback, boys' locker room.
If this is gonna be our year, we gotta be a team. You know what that means, boys. No distractions. How many of you got girlfriends?
Several boys raise their hands enthusiastically.
Dump them. How many of you got crushes?
Several boys raise their hands hesitant.
Not anymore. How many of you got that funny little feeling in your tummy when that special little lady walks past you in the hallways?
One boy raises his hand.
Go to the bathroom, throw up, eat a bowl of brown rice, and get over it. There ain't no kissing girls at football, okay? What happens when y'all are kissing girls? You're disconnecting from each other. If you're kissing this season, you're kissing each other.
All the boys mumble in confusion.
When you start kissing, you're connecting. You're bonding with each other. You're becoming a unit, a family. When you're in each other's mouths, you're learning how to read each other's minds. And I don't have to tell you how that's going to help you out in the field. Go Maggots on 3. Count them down, Randy.
1, 2,
Go
Maggots! Interior High School Athletic Department. Coach Grumbach is reading the diary, shaking his head in disapproval. He looks, frankly, heartbroken. Suffice it to say, Kurt's love life is going to cost us the big game.
Listen here, boy. You did the right thing giving me this here diary. Now you get to class. Don't want your grades slipping. If what's in here is true, we're going to need you on the field. Go on, get.
Gil proudly nods and heads off to class, smiling to himself.
I just really like the idea that the coach is talking to a kid. He's like, you won't play unless something happens to this one boy.
Oh, cut to high school hallway. Kurt is putting his books in his locker. Bridget nervously approaches, still inexplicably wearing gross pajamas.
Oh, hey, Kurt.
Oh. Hey.
Bridget.
Bridget, right. Gurgle's sister. Nerdle Gurgle.
Yeah, I guess that's me. Listen, I'm sure you heard about the Sadie Hawkins dance, and I was just wondering if maybe you'd want to go with me?
Bridget takes her hair down and shakes it out. She takes her glasses off and snaps them in half. Turns out she's gorgeous. Kurt's jaw is on the floor.
Yes.
What?
Yes. I'll go with you.
Really?
Bell rings.
Ah, shoot. I gotta get to practice. We have a game tomorrow.
Cut to school football field. The ball is hiked to Kurt, who looks to throw the ball and then is sacked by the defense. He fumbles the ball and then trips over his own feet trying to get it back and face plants into mud. He pounds the ground in frustration. Coach Grumbach shakes his head and blows his whistle.
Huddle up, boys. Now, today's practice done show me all I needed to see. A little messenger delivered me a book today. Bridget Gurgle's, or should I say, Bridget Jones' Diary. Interesting read. Not my usual genre, but I'm more of a Stephen King guy myself. Now, Bridget Jones here had a lot to say about our here starting quarterback. And me thinks it's got something to do with his play today. Allow me to repeat myself. There ain't no dating in football. And there sure as shit ain't no kissing. Unless
It's with each other.
Now y'all get some rest. Maggots on 3. 1, 2.
Maggots. Cut to locker room game day. Bridget, with her hair in a ponytail with new glasses on, still in PJs, intercepts Gil walking into the locker room. She pulls him by his shirt to the side of the building. Ow, stop it, let go, stop it. Bridget, stop.
What did you do with it?
Do with what?
Don't play stupid, Gil. My diary.
Fine. Coach has it. Bridget, furious, storms into the locker room looking for Coach. She walks past Kurt.
Oh, who let the nerd in?
Bridget lets her hair down and steps on her new pair of glasses.
Oh, whoa. It's you. Oh, hey.
Hey,
Listen, Nerdle.
Bridget.
Bridget. The past day has been incredible. And I have never felt this way before, but Coach says there's no dating in football.
Wow, this is so typical. I changed for you. I changed everything about myself, and you never put me first. Ever.
Bridget storms off. Kurt looks on.
Nerdle, wait!
Kurt runs after her and grabs her by the wrist. They stand face to face.
It's Bridget.
I know it is.
Kurt kisses Bridget and the fire sprinklers rain down on them. The whole team is getting soaked, freaking out in the background, but they're in their own little world. Cut to football field. Game time. The team walks out, all of them absolutely drenched. You can hear the water in their shoes. Kurt looks up to the bleachers and waves. Bridget waves back. Cut to black.
Perfect script. That's
So,
pretty close, right?
That might have jogged
You
your memory about what the
definitely
movie
got
was
the
about.
first name of one of the characters, which is Mrs.
Yes.
Did you know? What did you know? Anything about it going in?
That Bridget is in pajamas.
Yeah, she's in pajamas.
When I think of Bridget Jones' Diary, I think of Renee Zellweger
Right.
She's blonde.
eating Cheetos in bed
One
in
is-
pajamas.
Renee Zellweger is Bridget Jones, and she's like
And Bridget Jones
supposed
is
to
Renee
be
Zellweger.
like average. It's like she like can't find love. It's one of the things that makes it weird. You're like, she's like not. She's beautiful.
Yeah.
You
She's
can't
like, "For what?
fathom
I
this.
can't
Well, that's kind
Fine.
of what we noted in the.
Yeah.
I mean,
And-
she's
and-
stunning.
right.
I mean,
You got
Gurgle's
that.
stunning, yeah.
Gurgle is stunning.
Nerdle Gurgle.
And
But only when she takes her hair down.
And it's
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly. She's like, I need to lose weight and I need to look prettier if I'm gonna find it. And you're like, no, you like, this is insane.
Yeah.
It's
Not
this is
quite
it's not
believable.
even that she just has glasses on.
Right.
You're just like,
Yeah.
this doesn't make- and then she's it's just about her trying to find a guy, and
Yeah.
then she has this diary about like her endeavors and stuff. And she's in her 30s. I think that's why she's not pretty enough for love.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
I mean,
'cause she's like-
you cross that threshold.
She's like 32 or 33 or something like that. And so,
I thought because there were so many, at least one of them should have been her in high school.
yeah, no, this the thing is, everyone,
Yeah, we
all
did
the
go
dates
straight
go
to high
well,
school. We
and
didn't
then
even talk about that.
they like ask her how old she is, and she's like 32, and then they do what you did nail is they all throw up.
Oh.
Once her age is revealed, they all start vomiting. So the tension you had around
Okay, so
that sort of thing, like he didn't like her when she was a nerd, but then
Yeah.
he was,
so there's rejection.
I wonder if
so
this
we
is
tapped into a
like-
theme.
I wonder
actually
if people
feel like
think
we
this
kinda
movie
nailed
doesn't
it,
hold up.
having
You
heard it.
did kind of nail it.
Okay.
I wonder if this is a movie that doesn't hold up. Like if people are like, well, that doesn't.
Well, I don't know because, like, truly the reactions that I've gotten over the past couple days when I've told people that I haven't seen this movie, like, people are like, it's a really, really, really good movie. Like, I feel like there has to be.
Yeah,
there
it's
has
one
to
of
be-
those-
Oh, you're like, oh, okay, I'll watch it right now.
Yeah.
Now that you say it's good.
It's, the reactions to it have been honestly so bizarre. Like people are like, don't want you to spoof it.
Yeah.
Oh,
it feels
okay.
very precious to
Yeah,
people.
I think that movies that are less like critically prestigious but more influential at a certain time in your life, people have a
yeah.
harder time like mocking in any capacity.
Totally.
I have never seen The Princess Bride, and that is the
haven't
one
seen
that
that.
like
people are freaking
people have
obsessed.
sort of like a similar. Honestly, I think it's like theater and musical kids.
I only know
Have, like,
one
very
character's
precious
name,
attachment.
and that's as much as I. So I guess what I'm learning is that when I don't know something about a movie, like Bridget Jones' Diary, I know one character's name. In this, it's Bridget Jones, and in that, it's Iago. I think that's someone's
I
name.
don't know. I think you're thinking about Aladdin.
No.
Isn't Iago in Aladdin?
No, that's Jasmine.
Isn't Iago the parrot? Who
There
knows?
might
There's
be.
really no way to know this information, unfortunately. You have to go to the library.
I know, and it takes so long.
I think
and it's
that
a whole
like
thing,
there is
yeah.
something about like I did a lot of theater stuff and like choir stuff and saw like Labyrinth to me at like a young age. And now if someone's like, I haven't seen Labyrinth, I'm like, how? But it's just like a puppet movie.
Right.
Yeah.
That I'm like, how would you not see a movie that David Bowie is? And he's not even an actor.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But
For
I have
me,
like a
it's
precious
Coyote
attachment
Ugly
to
and Blue
Labyrinth.
Crush.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen
Blue
Coyote Ugly
Crush?
and Blue Crush,
I haven't seen
you
those
don't get
two.
me.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Coyote Ugly.
I thought this was a safe space to
It's
not
not.
have
It's not a
seen
safe
the
space.
movie.
No, no.
not.
At no point did I say this is a safe space. This is a
Jeez,
shameful,
you guys
shameful
turned on
space.
me like that.
well, those two movies are my entire personality.
Okay, well,
What would you say is that then for you, EJ?
my entire personality.
You know, maybe that's like too all-encompassing. I don't know if you could. You want your entire personality is that you would survive Dodgers Stadium collapsing if you could ride the wave of corpses.
Yeah.
But
Like in Blue Crush.
that's why. I don't know. I think I could dance on a bar so I wouldn't get hurt when it collapsed. I think I could ride the wave like Blue Crush so I wouldn't get hurt when it collapsed. I think my dad would support my decisions, 'cause like Coyote Ugly.
See, now I just don't even understand what you guys are talking about anymore.
Isn't John Goodman the dad in Coyote Ugly?
Yes.
Ah, that movie's very good.
And Melanie Linsky's the
Yeah,
friend.
that's a good
I love
movie.
John Goodman.
Tyra Banks is
Tyra Banks.
dancing.
What?
You would like Coyote Ugly just based on these reactions.
Well, I'm gonna literally watch it tonight, you
Harper.
guys. God.
It's fun to think about the movie
Harper.
you've seen the most,
Yeah.
and then you're like, I haven't seen like The Godfather. I've never seen The
haven't seen The
Godfather, but
Godfather.
like I've seen, you know, The Skulls 9 times. Like it's a terrible Joshua Jackson in movie.
The movie that I've seen the most in my life is definitely The Family Stone. I don't know if you guys have seen
I've
it.
never even
watched
heard
it.
of that.
I watched
It's-
it this year for the first time.
It's like not. People definitely don't talk about it like it's like a good movie.
They
I
should, though.
personally think the writing is amazing in
Ooh,
it.
Diane Keaton.
Diane
Yeah.
Keaton, star-studded cast, Rachel McAdams.
Yes.
I will say, if
Um,
you're like me and a parent is dying at the
Yeah,
holiday season,
yeah.
it's a bad time to watch that movie, which is when I did watch it.
That's a really good point. That's a really
Yeah.
good point.
so
That would be an interesting spoiler website that
Yeah.
like lets you know about emotional attachment. You
yeah,
might
like a
want-
trigger warning.
There's
I
a
literally
website-
want that.
There's
I
a
want-
website about
Yeah.
that tells you whether or not a dog dies in a movie.
Well,
It's like
Well,
does
we
the
were
dog
talking-
die.edu maybe?
we were talking in the car on the way here about like there are things that I don't want to watch with my parents, and I want a website.
Yeah.
Of that.
Yeah, I think that these are. It doesn't have to be spoiler, but like you could type in, "Can I watch House of the Dragon with?"
Sick dad.
Yeah. Can I
With sick
watch my? And then it'd be like, "Don't watch House of the Dragon with anyone pregnant," or like it like lists like the people you don't want to be around while something like that happens.
that would.
But they
be-
only have it for dogs dying.
Yeah, and they
Which
should have
is
it for like if
your
you're
dog can't
queer
watch
and
a
there's a
movie.
gay sex scene, you shouldn't have to watch it with your parents.
Yeah, that's when we were talking about. It's like a specific. If there's even reference to like gay, I don't know, flirting, and then I laugh at something, I don't want my parents to hear me laugh at that. You know what I mean? I don't want them to know that I'm not enmeshed in a world. I just they don't need to know. They don't want to know that stuff.
Sure.
You know?
Maybe it just lists the movies that are like, "This is fine."
Yeah.
I
Like
wa-
safe bet.
I want to
Yeah.
know
What would that be?
how. I want
Catch Me
if
If You
any
Can?
s- if any sex is too graphic, get me out of there with my parents. I
Oh
don't wanna
Sure.
God,
see it.
yeah, I don't want to see that.
But if they like kiss once or twice, go ahead. I can watch
Kissing's
that with my
allowed.
mom.
Yeah. Lay down kissing. I don't know.
Oh, so the only kissing that would be allowed is like redemptive agreement kissing. Like we're back together. It
Yeah.
has to be at an airport. And
In a
how did they
healthy
get through TSA
relationship.
at this point? That really changed movies. If there's one thing 9/11 affected, it was airports and movies.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, huge! Because if you watch a movie that's pre 9/11, they're
Right.
running through the airport screaming.
Truly.
Don't do that anymore.
And if
You
you
don't
watch
do that?
I mean, I run through the airport, but
yeah, it just depends on what you scream, on
Yeah.
how many people will look.
Yeah. If you're screaming, "Stop! Wait! I love
Yeah.
you!"
yeah.
Mhm.
Everyone will cheer, and actually, you will get one of those golf cart things to take you to your gate.
Mhm. Then you're
should
just riding
travel with your
slowly on the
moped
back.
life.
I am. I'm traveling in a few days. That'll be
That
fun.
You're gonna get on one of those cars.
Everyone's
Oh, those
gonna-
cars are cool.
They will be fun. I
Yeah.
hope I take it from someone who needs it more.
Yeah.
That's what I've been thinking a lot with this cast on my foot.
Yeah.
I was like,
The
yeah,
levels.
this is a disabled van spot, but I'm gonna park my Nissan,
Mm-hmm.
You have to.
and I limp into the Johns.
Is John's and Vaughn's owned by the same person?
I
Nobody
hate
will give
John's, the
me-
grocery store, and I don't want to go around this path right now. I've been very
Okay,
tired.
nobody will
Okay,
tell
totally.
me
No, I don't
if they're
think
the
they are.
same.
The lighting's different in John's.
Okay.
I mean,
Yes.
it's different in both of them, but John's is dimmer.
Sexy.
John's
okay.
is too expensive. It's like trying to be like the Whole Foods of Vaughn's.
Oh, it's a cross between Vaughn's and Gelson's.
Yes.
Gelson's also has weird vibes.
The thing that
Now
I
we're
like about
talking
this
it.
is how everyone will understand what we're talking
Yeah.
about.
Listen,
Super.
if you're not in the greater Los Angeles area, there
Then
is a
where are
grocery
you?
war here that you have to look up.
Yeah.
That's the thing about LA that's different than anywhere else.
The
We have
groceries are
stuff.
Yeah.
crazy. The groceries are literally
Oh
crazy.
my God, you guys,
Like,
it's expensive.
we
here.
have what you have. Like we have.
Why do you
Trader
live in Southern
Joe's.
California? Because I'm within an hour of any grocery store. Do I want to shop for groceries in the mountains? Do I want to shop for them on the beach?
And if you want a small local grocery store, get lost.
Right. That's Whole Foods 365. It's
Yeah.
different.
And it's a community.
Or
there.
the nice CVS.
I love the. Oh my God, I love the nice CVS.
That's when I got my foot broke. When I got my foot online. When I
It
got my
was
foot
not
broke,
that
I told them where my pharmacy was. It's a nice CVS, and the doctor goes, "Ooh, that's the nice CVS," and I was like, "Oh my God,
You're
thank
so
you.
right about that.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Doctor Something."
Yeah, and a
Doctor
doctor saying
something.
that. Jeez.
That's
Well-
like one of the names we almost put in the script.
Doctor
Dr.
Something.
Something.
Yeah.
A movie about a British guy who can kind of time travel in a phone booth. You talking about Doctor Something?
Yeah.
Isn't that what
Yeah.
Doctor Who is about? haven't
I
seen
think
that
so.
show.
Haven't seen it.
All right.
Haven't seen it.
We gotta. That's the hyper LA. That's all right. We'll be the. We're gonna play a game here on the podcast, and now we're going to break.
Bye.
I looked at the wrong camera.
Bye.
Bye.
And we're back from the break.
Woo.
Woo!
We're gonna
Welcome
play
back.
a game here.
Ah.
This is gonna test your knowledge of the titles and plots of movies.
Get ready to play before and afters.
Yeah.
This is called Before and Afters. Two movies have been smushed together into one movie. I will read you the smushed together plot. You have to tell me the smushed together title. They're like portmanteaus sometimes. They're not all clean.
okay.
Some examples: Office Space Jam,
Got it.
Eat, Pray, Love. So it's the movie Pray and Eat, Pray, Love.
That's gorgeous.
Ooh.
Wayne's Water World. We Bought a Zoolander. There's lots of ways we can put these together, right?
Okay.
So I will pull up the ones I've done for you here. Where are they?
Nervous.
Here we
I know
go.
I won the
How do you think you're
thought
going to do?
one,
You can work together or you can be opponents. It's up to you.
Oh.
Oh.
What do you want?
We can play one and then you can decide.
Should we do a practice round and see what where our?
We'll work together once, and then if we disagree, we'll separate.
I mean,
That's how, like a marriage.
if we get
Yeah.
in a physical, yeah,
Well, if I'm like, I think it's this and you think it's something else, we'll just separate, give two different answers.
yeah, we'll see how our relationship is after this.
Great. Here we go, number
We
one.
make it through.
3 high schoolers seek to lose their virginity in order to break a swashbuckling curse laid on them after they stole Aztec gold.
Wait,
Is the first one American Pie?
yeah. And then is it Nicolas Cage?
In order to break a swashbuckling curse laid on them after they stole a treasure of Aztec gold.
Aztec Gold is not.
That's not Nicolas
Nicolas
Cage.
Cage.
But do you, what
That would
movie
be
am I-
international treasure if
Yeah,
it was Aztec
that's-
gold.
Aztec Gold. They stole a swashbuckling curse that stole Aztec Gold. I wanted to say, and it's not this, but holes. But that's not
I wish.
Aztec Gold. It's just treasure.
Hole's also a good alternative title for American Pie.
That's what I'm saying.
Aha. Okay, so if it's American Pie,
I think, right? That's 3 high
I-
schoolers
3
trying to
high
lose their virginity.
schoolers
I'm pretty
seek to lose
sure.
their virginity in order to break a swashbuckling curse laid on them after they stole a treasure of Aztec gold.
so if it's if okay
On the high seas.
seas. Well, now I'm like, now in my head, and this again isn't it, but I have to speak it, otherwise it'll keep circling, is Outer Banks. But that's not a movie.
Okay.
We
I
were
mean,
looking for
my
you.
first thought was Back in the USSR, and that's not a movie either, and it has nothing to do with anything we're talking about.
What was your first thought? We were looking for American Pirates of the Caribbean.
Damn it.
Oh, and that would have been really easy for me because I've seen both of those.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't.
We might have exhausted the two
Should've
you've
been, I
seen
mean.
out of all of these
Yeah.
then. All right, here we go. Number 2.
I like working together, Shelby.
Okay.
I think you did a good job.
Me too. We
You
didn't
guys
get
should like
there, but-
organize something
We didn't
together.
do well, but I liked it.
That'd be a good like eulogy.
Yeah.
They didn't do well, but they liked it.
They liked it.
What are you guys doing later? Number 2, the coming-of-age story of a 15-year-old who lands an assignment writing for Rolling Stone, but while on the road, his murderous doppelganger shows up in an attempt to take his place.
Lizzie McGuire movie.
That's just literally the plot to the Lizzie McGuire movie.
Doppelganger. A doppelganger.
Okay.
Murderous doppelganger.
Murderous doppelganger. Well, that could be
Oh,
us.
so loud. What's up? Oh.
Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
Murderous doppelganger.
The ice is so loud at the bottom of my coffee. Did we all hear it?
It was nice. It was nice.
So the first thing was.
What was the first part?
The coming-of-age story of a 15-year-old who lands an assignment writing for Rolling Stone, but while on the road, a murderous doppelganger shows up and attempts to kill him.
15-year-olds
You're
wrote
writing
for
for
Rolling Stone.
Oh, that was nice. It sounds like what someone would say in the movie, like in the trailer. A 15-year-old writing for Rolling Stone.
When I was 15, I could barely keep my.
He's learning how to date girls while also learning how to write headlines.
Now that I
It's
think
the-
about how this movie holds up, it's pretty accurate in the fact that it was very easy to get a job back then when this movie took place.
Okay.
It's not a super old movie, but it takes place before.
Newsies. Nope.
He's
News
learning
Us-
to
News
tie
Us.
his own shoes and tie a new news stories. It's
You said and tie a noose. He's looking to tie his own shoes and kill himself in jail with that.
God. So.
oh, we're out.
Do you want
Time's
the
up.
answer?
Yeah.
We were looking for Almost Fame Us.
I got.
You got us, and
You got us.
And-
There'll be a half point.
You had the energy, Shelby.
And you brought the energy. Have neither of you seen Almost Famous?
No.
no,
That's
but I
pretty
know
good.
the cover.
Okay.
Oh, where another band performed Almost Famous?
No,
I know the cover.
That'd be fun to be like a cover theater troupe. I guess they all kind of are. They're
Yeah.
like all doing like Shakespeare covers.
That's so
I
true.
mean, when the new once the original cast of a Broadway show is out,
If you're in
we're all just
It's like
doing
buying
a cover.
a new car.
Like
It loses
Adina
value the
Menzel's the
moment.
original Alphaba, and anyone else that plays Alphaba is doing a cover.
I would love to like be in London and you go to see Macbeth and it's like Sir Ian McKellen comes out. He's like, tonight we're gonna do a cover.
Yeah.
It's Macbeth. We did not write this one.
Yeah, you guys, I know you're all thinking, how'd they come up with that? You know.
Did they riff that? Is
Yeah.
this like that Who's Line show? Where's Colin?
They should make reboots into covers. They should call them covers.
Yeah, they
instead
should
of
Yeah,
make
a
reboots.
cover flick.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
let me see
that
if
would
there's
be
any.
really
I think.
nice.
Let me see if there.
That would
I
be
have
really
5 more, but I'm gonna see if there's one I think we can get here.
You're
No,
losing faith
we
in
might
us.
get all of them.
Okay,
Imagine
you're
if I
right.
surprised you.
Here we go. A popular reporter from Kazakhstan travels to America to film a documentary on a rat that knows how to cook.
Ratatouille.
Ratatouille, we know that one.
I'm like Ratatouille.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Catarata? That's
I'm
like
just
something happens
trying
to your
to-
eyes. My grandpa's got
Cataratatouille.
cataratatouilles.
Cataractatouille.
That
That's
would
just
be
a
a good
blind
one.
French person.
You should save that.
Cataractatouille is about the 3 blind mice and Ratatouille getting together and having a meal.
doing a
just-
cover of a
James Corden having to cook is just Cat's-a-ratatouille. Cat's-a-ratatouille.
So it's Ratatouille,
and then it's a
a Kazakhstan
A popular reporter
reporter
from Kazakhstan travels to America to film a documentary.
to film a documentary. I feel like I know this one.
I feel like I can picture it. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, dude.
There's a lot of sand. is
If
what I
you
picture.
if you could picture it, you would know the answer. That's the problem.
Okay.
I know you're not picturing it because it's like the most. If you know what I'm talking about, you know the title.
Okay.
A popular reporter from Kazakhstan travels to America to film a documentary.
Sand Ratatouille.
We are looking for Borat-a-tooie.
You here's the thing.
Sand rat?
In my head, there was a lot of sand. And you were like, if you can picture it. And I was like, well, I'm picturing
I guess
sand.
I'll picture more sand. See if this one comes to me.
I'm picturing sand. Well, okay. So now that one was a bummer because ultimately I was really...
Yeah, walk us through it,
I've
Shelby.
never had to play the game where after every round someone
got
else
a
just goes,
debrief.
now this one was a bummer because.
Yeah. And hear me out on
Because
this.
I really took it to mean this is going to be a high drama film, and I've never seen it. And Borat is not that. I've
I
seen
know.
Borat.
I was also going high drama too. I hear
Yeah.
reporter.
I was
think
like,
that's serious stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kazakhstan?
Sorry.
I guess you don't really think like what you're not really thinking about Borat. It's on the front of your mind.
And I don't think of him
Some
from
people think about it all the
Kazakhstan.
time.
True.
Yeah.
I
You know
don't
who
think
thinks
of him
about all the
as-
time is my wife.
Ah.
I'm not married. That was just a Borat reference.
My wife.
From the movie.
Next.
Movies.
Next, you want to get one so
Come
bad.
on. We got this. This one's ours.
I might surprise
This
you.
is probably the hardest one.
Okay.
One of a set of conjoined twins attempts to pursue an acting career while exchanging emails with an anonymous pen pal.
You've got mail.
One of a set of conjoined twins.
You've got twins.
You've got conjoined twins.
Is
That
there a
classic.
movie title that ends with you? That's about conjoined twins, like Stuck with You've Got Mail.
Is that it?
You were very close.
Stuck to You've Got Mail.
It is so close.
You have no idea how much I want to get
Oh my
it.
god.
You're one word different.
Attached.
No, that is the you.
Stuck to You've Got Mail.
That's also your one
Stuck
word
on
away.
You've Got
Stuck
Mail.
on You've Got Mail.
Nobody thought I could. Everyone doubted me. All my haters thought I could never
Keep
do
going,
it.
Give a full speech.
Keep going, Shelby.
But I got up. I tried again. I learned from my failures.
That's the wind.
Can we get two in a row?
Yes.
Yes.
A pair of low-level
Chef.
financial employees try to cover up their boss's death by pretending he's still alive with the help
Weekend at
of a
Bernie's.
bouncy green goo.
Flubber.
Office. Wait.
Flubber is helpful green goo.
Uh-huh. Flubber. Wait, and two low-level what?
A pair of
employees?
low-level financial employees try to cover up their boss's death by pretending he's still alive.
Weekend at Bernie's Flubber.
Wait.
But how would it mix? How would it match?
Okay, how would it mash together? How would it mash together? It can't be Flubber then.
Weekend at Flubber.
Weekend at Flubber?
Weekend at Flubbernies.
Weekend at Flubbernies.
All my haters said I could never do it. All my haters said one is enough. She'll never do another.
She'll never
but
do
you're
two.
wrong. I will get up. I will try again.
She gets up, she tries again, and that. Wicka.
These last two are very good combinations, but very difficult ones to get.
Okay.
You know, like they fit really well.
So you're proud of them.
I didn't write any of these.
Oh.
These were actually all written by someone on the Discord for the podcast. I'll give them a shout out now. Their name
Hey.
is Moist on the Discord. Thank you,
Oh.
Moist.
Thank you, Moist.
Moist, you're
Jeez.
looking for trouble with a name like
Moist,
that,
you're
but I thank you
asking for-
every day
Yeah.
for what
Thank you
did
very
to
much.
me.
Thanks, Moist.
Thanks,
All right, here we
Moist.
go. A deadly extraterrestrial predator hunts the only non-magical member of the founding family of a secluded Colombian village.
The first thing
Alien?
was, Alien, right?
Yeah. Right?
Hunts the only non-magical member of the founding family of a secluded Colombian
I
village.
have no idea what that other one is. Oh! Well,
You're right with the first part.
we're right with Alien? Well, the non-magical member, is this a movie that came out recently
I think so.
for children?
Yeah.
Isn't it in Kanto?
Alien Kanto.
Alien Kanto.
They said that we couldn't get together and get it right. And
You guys thought we had to be separate to get it right.
yeah, I heard you guys. You were all like, you guys got to be separate to get it right. Well,
You guys said they tried to work together and it only worked when they were separate. Well, look at
You
that.
guys were all
again.
saying that verbally to your podcast in your car. Maybe don't have any
You guys are
on.
being so freaking scary.
Last one.
you guys were honestly freaking us out.
Thank you, Moist.
Thanks, Moist.
A philandering man who insists men and women cannot be friends has chance
Andrew Tate.
encounters in New York City with a pilot who successfully landed a plane on the Hudson River.
Okay, well that's
When Harry Met Sally.
well, what's the Sully's name? So when Harry met Sully.
When Harry Met Sully. Wow.
Oh my God, everyone's listening like, wait a minute, we thought these guys were not.
We freaking rolled your asses.
Now we're just being really mean. You guys are fucking stupid for thinking we can.
We started really slow, and you said, these idiots won't get
we
a
heard
single
you.
one.
They did say that.
Well, we went 4
They
in a
did say
row.
that.
These big old dum-dums. Oh, really? Yeah.
All right, our last thing we're going to do today, we're going to play one more game. This game is called Guess What Movie Kyle's Dad is Describing, having only
I'm on
watched
a
the
high.
trailer and never having heard of the movie The Game.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Guess what movie trailer Kyle's dad is describing, having only watched the trailer and never having heard of the movie game.
How this game works is my dad watches a movie trailer. He describes what's happening in that movie trailer. You have to tell me what movie it's a trailer for. My dad has not been to a movie theater since the first Space Jam.
Okay.
Was the last time he saw a movie in theaters, so he's not big on the details.
Okay.
All right?
That's my guy. We would be friends.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh my God. So this guy just hears some voice, and it's his only friend, I guess. I think he has a hearing aid, so maybe he is deaf and just does whatever the voice in his head is telling him to do. I think he met the voice in his head in an elevator later, and he talks some with the real life version of her. A man with a mustache falls in love with a voice in his head.
That's her.
It is her.
He described it perfectly.
Thank you, Kyle's dad.
That's a very good
The
job.
mustache was the one thing I was looking for, and you
Yeah.
nailed it.
Yeah.
It's very definitive. Do you want to do one more?
Yes.
And then we think, all right,
I'm
here's one more.
desperate.
Please.
Okay, she's whispering, and she wants to apologize. She is saying it was her project. Now there is some text on the screen. Sounds of newscasts talking about how they can't find them with black and white shots. Could it be a cult? A camera very close to her face with a bright light right on her eye. Someone running. She is scared. Then just a scream.
What's that one movie with Angelina Jolie? Where she?
It's not that one.
Oh, damn it.
She's scared.
She's scared.
She's running
She's running.
Newscasters.
There's a camera really close.
to her eye.
Bright light.
And possibly this one has stumped us.
Bird Box.
Oh.
We were looking for the Blair Witch Project. The Blair Witch Project.
You
I don't know
guys
how we didn't
said
get
we
that.
couldn't do it. and
you were right.
I feel like lots of times on this podcast today, movies have come up that took over the world for 4 months that we don't talk about anymore.
Yeah.
Avatar, Borat, Blair Witch Project was like a revelation.
Blair Witch. Yeah.
Everyone said we couldn't do the game, and they were right.
Thank you, everyone, for saying that.
Thank you, everyone.
That's me
for
giving a
saying
shout out. Thanks, everyone, for saying that. If you guys listening at home have
Thanks,
anything you want to plug,
voice.
say it out loud in your car.
Yeah. We can hear you. That's the crazy thing. Is that's how podcasts work.
It's like Bruce Almighty. I can hear all your thoughts.
Yes.
Oh, Bruce Almighty. That's
Yes.
a good one. Nice,
Yeah.
Shelby.
Yeah.
Thanks. I've also seen
Bruce
Evan
Almighty, Joe Young. All right.
Oh my God.
Bruce and Evan Almighty.
Those are two movies, 2 of the 8 you've seen are all Almighties.
Yeah. Evan, you didn't kill it. I'll say.
Tell everyone where to find you, what to listen to, and all that sort of stuff.
Every Friday we release a new episode of our podcast, Keeping Records, on Head Network.
Original podcast. You can find me on the social media. EJ Having Fun is my name on everything.
You sound like an old man.
On the social media, the different handles for each website.
And my handle everywhere is exactly my name, Shelby Wolstein. Easy to say, easy to spell.
Easy to say, easy to spell, easy to swallow.
Great. Thank you guys very much for listening. Have a good day.
Why did I have that urge to
I always like to explode.
I've never seen it.